You know, we did photo interpretations or art interpretations. You know, floral is an interpretation just about every time you do it. It's what you're feeling it should be. And so with that in mind, this is kind of how I created what I did. I started out thinking, you know, it starts with dark and it goes to light, and of course, you know, black would be your perfect dark, and there's really no such thing as a black flower, truly black. There's a rose that's kind of a black, but they're very, very rare and hard to get. And so the closest thing would be the calla lilies, of which Judy had used, and they're such a dark purple that they really look black. So, you know, being the person that I am, I started, of course, with pink. So, the way I started was the deepest, darkest red rose that I could find. These are garden roses, and they have just the ruffle center, and they are the highest petal count of a rose that you can get. And they're just lovely. They're kind of a substitute for a peonies, because you can't get peonies all the time, so they kind of have that look. So as you can see, I started with the deep, rich red, then went to a brighter red, then went to a hot pink, then went to a light pink, all the way to white. So that is our color palette, and this is your dark to light, as in God's creation through flowers. So this would be an interpretation of mine. What I decided to do, which I thought would be maybe a fun thing to do, is, you know, we're getting ready for our flower show. And with our flower show, you're going to be given a song, and you're going to have to interpret in floral design what that song is speaking to you, or how you should display it. And so I wanted to show you, you can use a whole bunch of different aspects to do the same thing. In other words, there's no right or wrong. So I started out to show you how the same exact design could be done 3 different ways, depending on kind of if it's in your home, as to whether or not you want to. It just doesn't want to come out. Okay, so I started with your classic, just a vase. The vase has a design element in itself, just by the shape. So if I took these same roses and I arched them thusly, took my wire and tied them off. After you tie them off, to keep that arch just right at the joint, you know, where they're crisscrossing, you'd have to have them crisscross. Tie it off. You can use a leaf or anything to hide your mechanics. But once you get this tied, apologize, it's a little bit awkward, like this. You're going to measure it in your vase, okay? Cut your stems. Add something like cranberries to the bottom of your vase. Stick your stems in it, and I'm not going to cut them down this far, and you'll understand. But I would have your flowers only be about this high. I would have it be more like this, to where you see the joint in the middle of the vase. The reason I'm not going to cut them is because I'm going to continue to show you how we can do 3 different designs with the same thing. Have them there. Okay, the vase is this wide. If you put it there, they're going to lean like this or that. And so that's the reason why I brought fishing line and glue dots. And if you were to put a glue dot right here and a glue dot right here, and take your fishing line and put it through your stem and attach it and then cut it, no one will ever see your mechanics. And it would be kind of like a tree. You know how you stake a tree and you bridge it? Well, that would be the same way that you would do this to hold these. And then, therefore, they're kind of just suspended in air. And it's kind of a neat look, because it's, you know, it has a little mystery to it.
You wouldn't add any other greenery to that?
I would not.
Oh.
I would leave it as clean and pure as I could. Because your vase is very contemporary, I'm trying to keep it contemporary. And that's the reason why. If you added greenery here, well then you're gonna mess up the beauty of your stems coming down and things of that nature. So that's one design that
So the fishing twine goes between it or something?
you would lace it onto
So
your
that it-
stem
Yeah, so
so that
that
it
it holds them out.
just holds them in place. You wouldn't have to do every single stem. Probably just the center pink one would be enough that would hold it. So you'd only have to do it to the center one. The rest of them, you know, if I had them done exactly the right way, like this, tighter, okay? Then your vase, these are gonna go straight into the vase. And your water, I would only bring it up to the level of the cranberries. In other words, you don't want the cranberries to float, you want them to sit. And so that's the way I would do it. The same exact principle.